Hello, everyone. Welcome to Arcana Homesteading. We're your hosts, Jerry
and Shauna.
And today we're talking more gardening, specifically trap plants. And whenever I think trap, like Lorenzo calls his trailer the trap trailer. So that's what automatically I think.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yes. So not like that. But I think like the biggest thing that every year when people are gardening, they're like, how do you keep pests out of your garden? That's like number one overall question.
Yeah, because irrelevant of what you plant, like you're most likely going to have some kind of pest that you're going to have to battle.
Okay, but here's the thing too, just so you guys are aware. You're outside.
So obviously bugs do exist, and it is not a sterile environment. If it was a sterile environment, your plants would also not be alive.
And you have to basically not, like, as much as it can be annoying, and sometimes you feel like you're in a full-out battle, but try to get away from that and, like, have healthy soil and have, start with healthy plants and, all that other shit. So it's like...
Yeah.
And... So the pests might come, but they're not going to demolish your plants or whatever. And we're going to give you some ideas on how so they don't, like, because you're like, well, I have healthy soil and blah, blah, blah. Like, people always say that. Like, great. And then they're like, and all these plants still died. And you're like, okay, so we're going to give you other ideas on what to do so you don't have to resort to chemicals. Because that's the thing you probably want to stay away from because you're going to be eating these vegetables, yes?
Yeah, yeah.
And even things like diatomaceous earth, as much as it's natural and it doesn't, like, hurt but it kills beneficial bugs too. And so it can be counterproductive. And it can kill beneficial pollinators. And like our pollinators are already kind of, taking a dive lately. So we want to do everything we can to avoid using anything.
If you put the diatomaceous earth just at the base of your plants, though, it probably won't get to the pollinators.
I mean, pollinators still good, like ladybugs and stuff like that, and they go down, they crawl up. You're still going to kill some beneficial pollinators, and it is just not the best. Like, if it's your
most
only
of your pollinators
choice,
fly.
I have used diatomaceous earth. I'm not trying to like put anybody down.
I have too. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I've used it plenty of times. I've never fully resorted to chemicals.
No.
I've used the neem oil, and
I've never
used chemicals. But like, I do have to battle them usually that way though, because. I mean, yeah, they can get really bad to where you're just like, I have to take care of this or I'm losing plants and then all that time and energy,
Well, what's the word? Like, it wasn't an intentional thing that I did. It was like this
happenstance.
Uh-huh. We drew a bunch of ladybugs into my garden this year. Like a shit ton of ladybugs. Like I had so many ladybugs, more than I've ever seen. And it was because I, randomly I had like a bunch of broccoli and cauliflower and Brussels sprouts, and that I had planted for like the winter time, but they just
popped up.
But they never really did well because I'm really bad with growing any of those for some reason. It's just not my thing. I never get a Brussels sprout. I only get like little wispies of broccoli because I'm not good at pruning. I don't even know, like, it's just like they just grow and they're huge, but they're beautiful, and they had like these yellow flowers like in the springtime, and they're gorgeous. Well, they drew a shit ton of aphids.
Oh, well, there you go.
Right?
Yeah.
Speaking of trap plants, they drew so many aphids to them, but I was like, whatever, like, okay, fine, aphids, like, eat your fill and then get the fuck out before I plant the rest of my garden. But then the aphids drew a crazy number of ladybugs, and it was completely unintentional, and I wasn't planning on that. But now I have all these ladybugs in the garden, and just watching them like go up the stalks and just like like eating like little piranhas.
A smorgasbord of aphids.
I'm a piranha. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
There were so many ladybugs, and then within a couple days, the plants were like clean. They had no aphids on them.
Nice. Thank you, ladybugs, right?
But there were so many more ladybugs that they were just everywhere, just trying to, and mating and having babies and everything. And I was like, all right, that worked out. So anyway, so there are things called trap plants, which can be sacrificial plants. So don't plant them with being like, I'm hoping to get a bunch of dill out of this dill plant, if you're planting it as a trap plant, or whatever. So I have basil is considered a trap plant. Basil repels the tomato hornworms, which everybody fights like every year, right? It repels them, so it's not trapped. So it's like a trap plant in the way where it just like it's not a traditional trap plant where it draws that moth to lay its eggs on it to it. It repels. Right. So I have basil planted all throughout my tomato bed. I have it in like it's everywhere. And then I have a bunch of basil, which isn't bad either because I like basil.
I love basil. I know.
So I have that. So it's like I said, it's not the traditional. It's not going to draw it in. So dill will it will draw in the. Which one? Is it the horn? Yeah, it is the hornworm. So it draws in the, I was like, is that right? It draws in the hornworm.
Whereas the
moths,
basil repels it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then moss will lay the eggs on the dill instead of your tomato plants because it is like, it attracts them way more. And then you won't have dill. It'll eat, depending on how much you have, it'll eat most of your dill, but you won't have them on your tomatoes, so they won't be eating your tomatoes.
Nice.
So that is a trap plant. Dill. Another one is chives. People like planting chives, but if you can plant it because it grows, pretty easily, and
just so prolific.
Yeah, so that's not a traditional trap plant. It repels aphids, so just the smell of it. So you could plant that, and any of these you can plant as like a border.
See, I'm all about like the repelling. I would not like to attract anything. No, thank you. Stay away.
Yeah, so
because I don't know. Like, okay, fine, they're gonna land on the dill, but are they gonna really stay there? They're gonna only eat that. I'm gonna guess no.
So Sherry makes a good point. So you shouldn't just be like, I don't have a problem with tomato hornworms, so I'm gonna plant all these trap plants to attract them, so they don't. So unless you have a problem and like I cannot get a fucking tomato because of these hornworms, or they ate so much of my plants last year, or whatever, then you would want to plant the dill after you tried the basil or whatever else, right? But I wouldn't plant them preemptively.
Before you had a problem.
Before you have a problem.
And unfortunately, just like anything, you're going to have to go through it to have the problem.
Sucks to suck.
But, that's gardening, and we've said that before. It's just like, you just do it, and then you are learning and growing and bending and being like, okay, this is what I need to do. Oh, okay, there's another problem that's arising. This is my solution. And that's just how that is. It's never going to be perfect. So you definitely should not want perfection, because gardeners are nowhere near that.
No. And I think that's why I enjoy gardening, though. I'm not like I don't like
manicured.
I don't like manicured. I don't like things being. I like looking.
Well, some people have their gardens manicured.
I know, and it hurts my brain because I love imperfections. I love things growing wild and just growing. Like way more than not that I'm like, ew, a manicured garden, like that looks like trash. Like it's still like, oh, that's pretty, but it's not like as appealing.
It's not, and it's just not. It's just not my jam. Like I'll look at a manicured garden and be like, oh wow, looks like a fuck ton of work went in that. You know what I mean? But like. I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, how did you do this?
Topiaries.
Yeah, right. I'm not gonna at all. No.
Edward Scissorhands it
not
up.
At all. No, thank you. I would be like, that looked like it took you forever. How long did you do that? Yeah. But obviously, if that's your jam, then that's cool.
Yeah.
Just not mine.
Yeah, just not mine either.
Yeah, I like my garden super wild, all mine crazy, too. And just like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because that's who I am.
Beauty
wild
in
and
that.
crazy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I wouldn't call myself manicured, at all. I have a hole in my pants right now.
One little bit. Yeah. Not one little bit.
Okay, so this is cool. So marigolds, which if you've been into any experienced gardeners' gardens, they usually have them everywhere. They usually have them as borders and stuff like that. So they not only repel the cabbage moths. So if you like cabbage, it's a great idea to plant marigolds, to coexist along with your cabbage. But they also, they release a chemical in their root into the soil from their roots that kills nematodes. So it doesn't just repel, it actually kills them. It's harmful to nematodes. So if you have a nematode problem, then marigolds are probably
Why am I blanking on what a nematode is?
A nematode, roundworm, It's not an
Roundworm.
It's not an earthworm, but they're like the earthworm's ugly cousin. You know, they're like little thinner worms. They're usually segmented too.
Well, how can you tell the difference then?
Well, earthworms, that's like an earthworm, but like a nematodes, they're like really thin. They almost look like a parasite.
Interesting. Like super thin?
Yeah.
Very, very thin. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I've never had one.
Yeah. So, yeah. But I thought
so that the chemical from
the
I'm
marigolds.
sorry, what was it? Marigolds. They do not harm earthworms, though.
They do not.
Interesting.
They're not nematodes and earthworms aren't even in the same family.
Oh, okay. And I wonder, that is again the English language is super fucked up. So who thought of the word nematode for a worm-like creature? Where we have a toad that is a...
I don't know. I have to look that up. There has to be some reason
That is
for
so
it, right?
dumb. Like, I swear to God, people learning English, I feel so bad for them. Unless you learn English like that's your first language, like us, I'm fucking fine. We're fine, right? But like people that learn it for their second language after their first, I feel sorry for you.
You know,
Our language is so weird and messed up. And no consistencies.
None. So, like, and a lot of people have, like, my husband's Serbian, and there's, like, a word for... Who wants a Bloody Mary?
My husband.
Oh.
Apparently, after I'm done podcasting, he would like a Bloody Mary.
I would like a
As
Bloody...
if
Can you tell Grandma to make me a Bloody Mary now?
Yeah.
I would like one while we...
Well, he said
It's the green bag down the pool.
He said
It's the green bag down the pool on the chair.
After you were done
Sorry.
podcasting, I just made it seem.
Yeah, well,
Seem
he's
nicer?
definitely, if he wants me to make it, he's definitely waiting.
Okay, tell Grandma to
He
make
just
me
wants
one
to make
now,
it
though.
seem nicer. Yeah. And Grandma can make my husband one too. And me.
I would let, yeah.
Around.
Grandma, we need margaritas.
Bloody Marys.
Bloody Marys, yeah.
Margaritas are fine too, though. I'll take whatever, as long as it has alcohol. It's been one of those days. I know that I'm an adult, and
that's good.
Yeah.
Just now realizing?
Well, like, I know that there's, like, I have, like, a fair amount of responsibilities, and, like, you have
A
to, like,
fair
do
amount,
shit.
keeping humans alive.
Yeah, and,
fair
like,
amount
just
of
all the stuff that we
responsibilities.
have to do, but I just, like, want a day where I just drink and not have any.
You sound like such an alcoholic, but you're not.
And
Like,
I
I
rarely,
don't-
if
I
I
don't
like, I couldn't
drink.
drink all day even if I wanted to, because like 1.5, I'd be like, woo, like under the table.
Yeah, depending how much
because
alcohol's
I'm
in
a
it, probably
lightweight.
even just one. I'd be like, I am going to
I'm
bed.
good. I'm going to bed.
I'm tired
That's
now.
what I'm doing with my responsibilities.
That's
I'm
right.
Sleeping. I just like, I don't know. You feel like you get so fucking just, like
Adulting can be overwhelming.
it's so overwhelming, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I
It
know
can
my
be very
20s
overwhelming.
Where I just like got up, I'd work out, and then I'd go to the bar for hours, like, and I'd just be, the only thing I had that day was maybe some granola, and then I'd go home and sleep, and it was great. It was great.
Yeah, well,
Sometimes I'm like, I wish I could not have any responsibilities just for like, even if I didn't have any for like 6 hours. And I'm not saying my kids aren't even that hard. I'm saying like all the things you have to do every day.
Yeah.
It's just like so overwhelming sometimes.
We just need to go out.
Do we? Is that
Yes,
what
we
need?
do.
But
Yes,
then
we
there's other
do.
people, and
No,
they're
who
like
cares?
all
They can fuck off.
peoply,
No,
and
we
we're
just
all
need to
like,
go out.
Let's
go
do
out.
it. My birthday's next week.
Yes.
Oh my god, you almost pushed me off this.
Yes.
That would have been fun. We are drunk. Damn it.
Yes, we should do
Let's
it.
do it. That'd be weird though. My kids like.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I feel bad though.
No, don't feel bad. The kids must stay at home. They must. Okay? Don't be like, oh, they're easy. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're
But
needy.
like they're gonna want to see me on my birthday.
They can see you. They will see you in the morning, and you will see them. Look at my eyes. Look, I see you. And then we'll leave.
It's like Avatar. I see you, brother.
I see you. Like, yes, I see you, River. I see you, Ronan. And Mother says goodbye now. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Hang out with them for a little bit, and then we can
We're
go.
gonna have your dumb baby.
Well, yes, Shauna. Unfortunately, I'm feeding her. Believe me, if I wasn't feeding her, she'd be staying with all those other little fuckers.
Yeah. I just.
Let's do it though, because we will. I have not been.
tired.
I haven't been. Hi, mom. Love.
Hi, mom. Are you making us alcoholic beverages?
I don't have any Bloody Mary mix. You need to order that.
Order it.
Order it.
Or
Oh, she means order from her.
From you?
You're
You order it?
adorable.
Sure.
She
Yeah.
needs to order it, she says. I said,
I was at the store. Why didn't someone tell me to bring something?
I didn't
I
know
didn't-
I wanted it until somebody
Yeah,
said something
so
about
my husband was like,
Bloody
"I want a
Marys."
Bloody
I was
Mary.
like, that sounds so good right now. Anyways.
I haven't been, like, without my children. I don't even remember the last time.
Just out.
Just with adults. I cannot remember the last time.
My husband and I,
Like, going to the hospital to have my baby was like a mini vacay. You know what I mean? And not really a pleasant one, obviously.
Well,
Pain involved, IVs involved, which I fucking hate IVs. You know, just like, yeah.
when they give you the drugs, it's pretty fun.
See, they don't really, it just like takes away the pain, but I'm not like affected.
It's just like relaxing.
No, I guess it, yeah.
You're just like, yeah. But then they're like, when you're that
Now you
relaxed.
have to push a watermelon out.
I know. And
A
you're
little,
like,
a little
but I want tacos.
lemon-sized hole.
They're like, only eat ice cubes.
Already? They're like, yes, push. You're like, I don't wanna. Yeah, so yeah, we definitely should do that. It's way past time, and we can spend basically half the day with our kids, half the day out.
Yeah.
That's what we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do it.
Let's just go out this Friday. Why don't we go out this Friday? That'd be fun.
We could do that too.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Do it.
Yeah.
It's planned. Stamped in the calendar.
It's weird because it'd be so weird. So the last time I went on a date with my husband was like a couple months ago.
Yeah, you guys went out kind
Yeah.
of recently-ish.
Yeah.
No, it was not a couple months ago.
Yeah, it was.
It was not, because did I have the baby?
No.
Okay, well, my baby's 8 months old.
Oh.
Hate to burst your reality bubble.
Time is an illusion.
I have no concept of time.
It's an illusion.
Yeah, baby's 8 months old. So,
Oh, whatever. It was close to that.
which is weird. I cannot believe she's 8 months old already. It's crazy. It's weird.
That is crazy. Like, is
weird.
that when did that happen?
Apparently, it will be happening on the 5th of. She turns 8 months on the 5th of July.
That is weird, man.
Super
Yeah,
freaky.
time goes fast.
But yeah,
and then
let's.
It's been a year since
Friday.
you've been out with your husband.
What?
So then it's all of a sudden been a year since you've been on a date with
That's
your
what
husband.
I'm saying. Because I'm like, when's the last time I went out with Juan? And I'm like, I wasn't pregnant yet. At all.
Oh, wow.
I know it has been a minute,
Well,
Shauna.
you guys can just, I can
fat
watch the
minute.
kids
Nope.
on Friday.
Nope, nope,
and
nope.
you can go out with
No.
your husband.
No,
and
no,
you,
no.
Okay, so I am, though, like,
No.
who I am, and I know that my husband hates this part about me, because, like, he's the only person you can play off of, right? And just, like, I see my husband all the time. Not that I don't see you all the time. But, like, Sherry's, not that my husband's not fun, but, like, Sherry and I, we have a different vibe.
Well, obviously, we're sisters.
You know, but like, so it's like it brings another element of
yes. Fun.
like fun, yeah.
Exactly.
And you're not just like sitting there next to your husband and like being like, so what are you gonna order?
Yes, that's exactly the conversation I would have with Juan. He'd be there, like, looking in, and obviously...
Yeah,
the,
and then you
like,
try to like make some jokes, and they're either in a good mood or a bad mood. Who the fuck knows? Based on their day, and you're just like, Jesus, might as well just stay home with my kids. I can drink in a closet.
Seriously. Let's go to the bathroom. Have a margarita in there. My fucking cats.
Ah.
Frodo follows me out there. Get the fuck in here, Frodo. You get a margarita too. Yeah. No. Me and you, Shauna. And then we can invite some girls. We can invite
Yeah,
friends.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Friends. We don't have friends.
Oh, and we have
No, I was just joking. We have our close friends.
yeah, we have our close friends. So yeah, we
Yeah.
should.
All right. We'll make it a plan. We'll plan it after
I think
this.
they'd be super mad if we invited Terry too.
Yeah, our friends don't like other people.
I know, but
They're
she's
like
so
us.
fun.
She is fun.
We could get them to like her.
It's like our friends are just like us. If our friends invite somebody else, you'd be like, "What is that bitch
Staring
doing
across
here?"
the table at her
Yeah.
entire time. Like, I'm what?
That was like when somebody brought somebody to. We have like an annual cookie exchange with our very close friend group that we've been friends since high school, and that's what we do for
Oh,
Christmas. And we
yeah,
just get
and then-
together, and we are
Who brought
basic-
who?
Yeah.
It was Lisa. Lisa
But
brought.
one of our
whoever.
friends like brought somebody else. It wasn't Lindsay. Lindsay doesn't
No,
count.
no. Lindsay's good.
Yeah,
Lindsay's
Lindsay's
good.
basically the
Yeah,
same.
she's same,
But it was
but-
somebody else, and I was just like,
It was like
why?
Patty and Jenny or something.
Yeah, and I was like, how dare you?
Like,
How
we know them.
dare
Like,
you?
we know them.
But I was
we
like-
don't, like, know them. And so, it was, because people that you don't know, obviously, you have your different comfort levels with, like, different people. And, like, so these other two people are there. You're like, oh, shit. Did they fucking swear? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Do you fucking swear?
do you fucking swear? Are you fucking offended by my fucking speech? You know what I mean? And just like,
Or
do
by
they
anything
swear?
that I might
like,
do?
how are they?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Like if
Yeah, it was weird. It was weird.
It was
It was a weird cookie exchange.
And yeah. See. Yeah.
See,
I was
last
like-
when Lindsay came last year too. Lindsay came last year too, and she's
But
not like
she's-
always there, but
but
like
we also
we've known her
know-
for literally
yeah,
ever
yeah.
too. She went to Florida with me and Casey and Lisa.
Yeah. It's not-
Anyways, and you know, she brings like stuff from Mimosa. She's all like super awesome and just super chill and has like the best temperament.
Yeah.
And she's
she
so
does.
happy with like literally everybody and everything. And you're like, Lindsay, this is why you're allowed here.
That's why you're allowed.
This is why you're allowed because
Yeah.
you bring
You're
mimosas
fun.
and you're fun. Okay?
Yeah. We don't want.
We don't need
It's like,
Debbie
if
Downers.
if I want a Debbie Downer, I'd bring my husband. You know, like fuck.
Get in the car, Debbie. We're going to cookie exchange. I call him Debbie next time I see him.
He'd be so annoyed with you. He would do
I know.
that look.
It might be worth it, though.
Yeah, it
I
absolutely
think it
will be worth it. Well, I'll get.
His-
make
his-
sure I have my camera out. Tell me you're gonna do
And
it.
our cackling laughter
Yeah,
afterwards.
he will hate it.
You will hate
but
it.
Worth it. Well,
And
and then
it
we
brings
can
me
put it
much
on
joy.
Instagram for everybody else
so
to see.
funny. So funny. Be like, if you don't know, listen to our podcast.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at. I just want to get drunk and maybe garden completely in the nude. I feel bad for my neighbors. So.
I don't know how, like, there is that, like, naked gardening day, or maybe there isn't. I saw something on.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I don't know who made it up, but I think it's really, really weird. Like, your vagina is a very A, sensitive. B, I mean,
How many bugs?
what?
Well,
and,
like,
and even like your
I
fucking
want it.
boobs, like, no fucking thank
What's
you.
gonna happen to your
Swinging
boobs?
out there in the wind.
Swinging out there, swinging
Smack
out there
something.
anyways.
Ow. No.
Yeah. I think as close as I would get.
And
to
you're doing this position in gardening. I maybe you could do it on the chair, or you're squatting down. That's like the worst position for like a vagina that has nothing covering it. What's happening?
I would like the
idea.
most I would ever
And what if
do
you
would be
fell?
like it'd be basically like a bikini status, you know. Which
the most I
I
would
would
do is
also
nothing.
feel bad about.
The most I would do is nothing. It's ridiculous.
Why?
Because
fun.
No. Being like going to bed naked, that's nice. Like, right? It's like, sheets and nice covers.
I
you
don't
have
even
to
like
worry
that.
about your-
Too many animals sleep with me.
No, I don't. I'm saying I have in the past when I was much younger, before I had
Same,
kids and animals.
same.
And I really, it's a proven statistic. People that sleep naked get better sleep because you don't wake up with your pajamas uncomfy.
So annoying.
It's so annoying. I can't do it anymore, obviously, because I sleep with my children, and that'd be slightly weird. And I sleep with also lots of animals.
Yeah,
which
I can't.
again,
That's what I'm saying. I can't do it. My
mean, no,
animals,
thank
so
you.
much dog hair.
No, nope, don't want that there. But I'm like, who like invented the idea of the naked gardening? I cannot even wrap my head around it. Are you squatting ever? Are you consistently? Like, are your legs always wrapped around each other so that nothing like gets up in there? Like, what are you? I'm just trying to picture it. I don't know. Who thought of this? Is this a guys only thing? Because like maybe for a guy, okay, I can maybe see you gardening naked.
I
mean,
think it would be cool to go out like garden like I said like bikini status, just like bra and underwear, because like you know
why?
it's just like it gets so hot.
I mean, I guess
you could get a nice tan.
Okay, I have worn my swimsuit to the garden, and I
Okay.
typically do wear bikinis, so I guess fine. Yes,
See?
summertime, I just run up here in the watering because it's like so
Yeah,
hot
it's
running in
hot.
the pool,
Yeah, then
and
it'd
I
be
run
all
back down and jump in.
nice.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah,
then,
no,
like,
I can
yeah,
get that.
no.
Not naked though. Naked take it to a whole new level.
I was like, that's the most. It'd be like underwear only, no bra, because like that the whole like you know. I got actually bit by an ant before, like in my vagina.
Yeah, not comfy.
It hurt.
And you
like
weren't
a
even
bit.
gardening.
I wasn't
you
gardening.
were sitting on a bleacher.
I was sitting on bleachers. Yeah. I had
Yeah.
a really short skirt on. This is obviously before kids.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, and I was
Don't sit on
like,
bleachers in a
I
short
like
skirt.
jumped off of that bleacher so fast because I was like, I didn't know what was happening. It felt like somebody like electrocuted me. It was like I was like ran to the stupid porta potty
Right
because
in the
that's all that was there.
face.
Because I know, and then it was like a fucking ant. I was
my
like,
God.
that's nice. That's rude. First of all, okay.
Like, why are you up there?
What are you doing?
Oh,
What are you
God.
doing? You're just like
No.
crawling around the bleachers,
No.
and you're like, I have a great idea. Like, Jesus.
Well, if you sat on it,
I guess,
Yeah.
but like it was.
he's
highly
like, want to sit on me, huh?
If I'm dying,
That's right.
Making you uncomfortable first.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I would never do it. Bikini's fine, but not completely naked. No way.
That's funny. I was just thinking how my daughter's dance teacher, who's male, listens to us now.
Hey,
shout out to Mr. Jake.
I think you tried to warn him.
I did warn him. I was
So
like,
it's
hey,
his-
you're going to find out all kinds of things you don't want to know about me.
Yeah, no.
So, like, the ant story. So, sorry.
That is knowledge in your brain now.
Sorry.
You're welcome.
Every time we see each other, that's all you're going to be thinking about. That's awkward. Very.
It's not awkward. Why is it
Oh
awkward?
god, that's so funny. I was just thinking, I was like, oh cool. He like literally just started listening to us. This will be like his second episode. He's gonna be like, and I'm turning this off.
What? It's a great story. It's funny. It's hysterical.
That is funny. Anyways, yeah. Shout out to Mr. Jake.
It is
Have to
funny.
call him Mr. Jake. I can't just call him Jake because that's weird.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Like, I cannot call Michelle.
You have to call her like Coach Michelle.
Yeah.
I can call her Michelle.
No, actually, no. I take that back. I guess I actually have.
I can. It's the
Like,
dance
just
teachers
yesterday.
because like they're so it's like Mr. or Mrs. Miss Bianca, and so you're
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
look, it's Miss Bianca. Like even when I don't tell the kids, oh look, there's Bianca, they'd be like, who? Like when we randomly see her,
Yes, yeah.
it's Miss Bianca, and they'd be like, oh, we know who Miss Bianca is.
Right.
Bianca, don't know that bitch.
Right, exactly. That word, no. Single name,
Yeah.
no.
So, but I even have to. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I have to call you Mr. Jake. I don't know why. Very formal. Anyways,
Oh, my God, I'm so tired.
back to trap plans. We have
Trap plants. Yeah, I just can't get trap trailer out of my head.
my eyes.
I got him a
You're-
little sign that says trap house.
Was he
Yeah.
hysterical?
He loves it. Absolutely loves it.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Oh, so zinnias, which are I love them as flowers. I love planting them.
Yeah, very pretty.
They actually will. So all the rest of these, they kind of like they're like lure the bugs into them, so they're not repelling anymore. So zinnias and geraniums actually they lure in the Japanese beetles. So, which a lot of people have huge issues with Japanese beetles. So if you do, those would be two really
I
pretty
don't think
flowers.
I've ever had an issue with those beetles.
Oh, really?
I don't think so.
Oh, you know what I just found out though is freaking radishes will lure in flea beetles, which I'm having an issue with on my okra. But then okra, what is okra lures in something, which I planted a bunch of okra. I think it's something from tomatoes because you should plant okra near tomatoes if you are trying to avoid that. I forget what it is now. Anyways, but so I have okra near my tomatoes, unfortunately, and I actually wanted okra from them, so
Highly
we'll see
unfortunate.
how that
Yeah.
goes.
I mean,
It's not in the same bed, but they're still planted, not too far apart from each other. And I know there's a bunch of like flea beetles on them right now, which I guess I need to plant radishes next year next to them. I have all these plants that are like
yeah, just
they're really
add
drawing
to the list. Yes,
I know. But so this is my first year that successfully planting okra. They're already pretty big. And
That's
I
awesome.
I know. I'm like, please,
super
I
awesome.
want you to live. Because I want some pickled okra. That's all I want.
I love pickled okra, pickled green beans. Delicious.
anything.
Pickled
If it's
anything.
pickled-
I'm gonna eat it.
I know.
Yeah,
That's
so
why I want to grow a bunch of dill, but I never can because I always have the
Yeah, my dill was demolished
by the hornworms.
I got no. I don't.
Oh, no?
no.
Because mine was demolished by hornworms.
No, it was something else. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was.
Was
not
it a
hormones.
caterpillar?
I don't know. I just don't know.
You didn't see anything on there?
But like, I never saw anything. But it was just like gone. It was the elephant dill too,
No.
like really, really big, and you're just and like
Because I want to
slowly
like
starts to-
pickle a bunch of stuff, and I was like,
I
I want to
know.
plant. I want to have my own
Yeah,
dill.
your
I
own
don't want to be
dill.
like, I need to go buy dill now for all my fresh veggies. That's weird. Like I even have I have the grapevines with the grape leaves I can put in there.
So good.
So good. I want to pickle a bunch of garlic this year. I did not have a good garlic harvest. It was just garlic harvesting. I had a bunch of it, but none of them grew like they did last year. I had a way better harvest last year.
I wonder why. Oh, was it because... Wait, you had a better harvest last year?
Like way better. Like the harvest.
When did you harvest
They're
last year?
larger bulbs last year. Around the same time.
And you just did this?
Yeah.
Because it was much wetter this year.
It was, but
And
they
it
like being like overwintered and stuff, but maybe you're right. I was like thinking, maybe I didn't water them enough at the end there. You know?
Interesting. That's weird. And see, again, like that's something like you just like you learn from things, and sometimes you are like it's your stumped though, because it's like what the fuck happened?
I don't really know. I had such so the other thing I was thinking where I planted them this year.
Oh, you changed spots?
I changed spots.
Okay. And why?
Because I wanted a bigger area because I was planting more.
Okay. So
And
that
so-
definitely was a reason. Part of a reason.
Part of the reason. So the previous year where I had planted them, it's obviously this similar soil.
Right. But was it on a hill last year? Was it not on a hill?
So
was
this year it was a little
more
bit
irrigated?
slanted, and last year it was just a flatter area. So if the water ran down, it probably the ones that were bigger, because it was kind of the ones that were bigger were on this end. Now that I'm talking about it, so it probably got the majority of the water,
That's what-
and
yeah,
this end,
there
and
you
even
go.
though it was a slight slant,
But any kind of slant,
You know,
water will
so-
find the lowest place.
yeah. So I don't know. I might have to level that out for next
Yeah,
year.
there
and
you
then,
go.
And then try.
So I'm sure that's
replanting.
all it was.
I know, but it kind of sucks because I'm like, it was so much work went into that for this
Oh
year.
yeah, no, things like that fucking suck. I hate that.
You live and you learn, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
And we eat so much garlic, and I was like, I'm gonna get a ton of fucking garlic, and I did. I still got a bunch, but just the bulbs were smaller than what I wanted. A lot of the bulbs too. The majority of the bulbs were just like, you know. I was like, who's gonna eat that? Who's gonna eat that? You know,
We're gonna eat it, but it's not enough.
it's not enough.
Okay.
It's gonna take
God
2
damn it.
bulbs for every like meal I make. Like,
Right,
You know,
right.
it's like this is dumb. You know, before it's like.
Yeah.
Anyways, like I said, you live and you learn.
Yeah. I'm gonna move this closer because I'm using my back.
So, you know nasturtiums.
Yeah.
Nasturtiums? I never can say it right. Is that right? Nasturtiums?
Nasturtium?
No, I think it's nasturtium. Nasturtium.
Whatever. I can spell it.
Yeah. Which is hard too.
Yeah. So, yeah. I
They
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
they lure a
Spicy,
bunch of
flowery,
stuff.
edible
Spicy flower,
plant.
and they're edible.
Yep.
And they're
Very cool.
beautiful.
Very pretty.
They grow pretty easily, especially if you're in like a wetter area. They grow next to the coast just like freely here.
Yeah.
They're just amazing. Anyways, they lure aphids, the cabbage moths, and cucumber beetles.
Wow.
Pretty cool,
Okay.
huh? So again, when you're thinking about if you're like, oh my god, we have a horrible problem with cucumber beetles. I'm gonna plant the nasturtiums. If it's a baby nasturtium plant and your cucumbers are huge, it's not gonna work the same as if the nasturtium
so
was like a beautiful
You would have to
established
already
plant.
and you could just go and purchase like a very large plant and then just get that planted. You
I
know?
would get it planted and even have it maybe in a pot or whatever,
Yes.
so it grows pretty large.
Yes.
And then put them out near your cucumbers. But as your cucumbers are growing, so they can kind of grow together, and the nasturtiums are already pretty established, so they'll get bigger faster. Because if you think about it, if like
Yeah.
a bug is not going to be, they're going to be more attracted to the larger, flashier thing. That's why there are flowers and everything else, because the bugs are attracted to, those.
the colors, the
Yeah,
brightness,
thank you.
everything. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was like
No.
my mind just kind of went blank,
Just,
and
like,
I was
completely
like,
blank, yeah.
what am I talking
Like
about?
someone took like
I was
a
like, I
whiteboard
just said
wiper
flower.
eraser
Yeah, I
and
just
was
said the
like,
word.
"Shh."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that
get
was
it.
so weird. So thank you. It's a good backup.
Yes.
I just talked about the radishes with the flea beetles. So radishes grow really quickly too. And I was gonna do like a hill of like radishes and carrots and stuff like that this year, but I didn't get to it. And then I was like, I'll just plant them in ground. But anything I plant in ground just gets eaten by the gophers. So I have some zucchini plants for the gophers, but I was like, I didn't do anything else.
Yeah. It's hard.
So
Gophers
next year
make
though,
things hard.
next year, like it's okay to not like have your garden of your dreams right away. Like I'm still every year I'm like, oh, I need to do this, I need to fix that, or I need to make this bigger, or
Yeah.
whatever. It's always like a work in progress.
We always say it's you're gonna constantly be growing and learning, and just like be proud of what you're doing, and even if you're not doing one, like it's it just you're good.
Yeah.
There's a season for everything.
Yeah, but I was hoping to have basically all, because I have been doing above ground beds, and we started last year building them, and I was hoping to have them all finished by this year, but we literally only got one more bed done from last year, just because like money and time and everything else, mostly the money. And so I just didn't have enough of anything to do the big hill bed that I want to do. I can't say the word for it.
Mound,
Horticulture? Or it's something, not horticulture.
not horticulture.
It's
I don't know. I think I know what word you're trying to come up with, but I just
my
sorry.
brain again is like
Yeah.
my little guy in there is like running back and forth, but apparently he's drinking.
We were
early
at Cal
too.
Expo for the last 3 days. You know what Cal Expo. Anyways, we were at
We were doing a fair rehearsal
fair
for the kids.
rehearsal, and we were actually had to be at fair. Like it was like at the state fairgrounds. Thank you.
And it was like
And
from
it was 3
morning
days.
till nighttime, and it was just rough. And then at night, once it's like the rehearsal's over, the kids are still like, now we're all going to get together and play these games that
Yeah.
are going to be fun, and we're
Yeah.
going to bond. It's going to be great. So you're like, I can't take my kids away from that.
Yeah.
Because this is like really the part that they, probably look forward to the most.
Exactly.
And so you let them do that, and then you get home by whatever time, and then you have to turn around and get up at like, some god awful time in the morning because you have to go out and feed and milk all of your animals, and then leave and go back to the fair again for more rehearsal. So
It's
that's
definitely
that's what
a
we've been doing.
precursor to state fair. This is we are doing that, and this is the rehearsal for it. But like,
But state fair's
holy
okay.
crap.
State fair's longer because like
Yep.
it's 2.5 weeks, but we don't have to be there like super early in the morning like we did for fair rehearsal, because the rehearsal started like at 7:30, 8:30, like in the morning. So fair though, most of the shows like we don't have to really be there until 2 to start getting ready. So it's a little bit different. It's not as
if the girls' horses are there, we have to be there at 7 a.m. to feed.
yeah, but you don't have to bring them, and you don't even have to bring them the whole
Well,
time. You can
I
just
know,
bring them for
but-
like a few days. Because like why?
Few days.
Yeah.
Why would we do that?
I don't know if they want them there
a
so
lot of-
badly. It's a good compromise because then you still get sleep and they get sleep and everyone's happy and no one's like super grumpy because they've been up for like 2.5 weeks straight.
Well, I did it last year though. Like we weren't there at 7 a.m., but we were there pretty fucking early every day.
No, I was there with you, but I'm just saying like it was easier to whatever.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yes.
Mom said she'd already helped me drop the girls off, do whatever the fuck. I don't even know.
Oh, that's nice.
We'll get it figured out. But yeah, it's just very exhausting. And so, yeah, my brain is all over the place too.
Same. I'm just going to tell you guys one more for your garden, and then I'm going to shut the fuck up about trap plants. Sunflowers.
I love sunflowers.
I love sunflowers too. It's Sherry's favorite flower.
Yes.
So if you ever want to send her something, send her a sunflower.
A whole one, a big 8-foot one, send me one in the mail.
They lure the moths, aphids, snails, cutworms, so many things.
Wow.
The sunflowers like attract so many different bugs. So definitely don't plant them in your garden.
If you're not already having a problem.
Don't already have a problem. I have planted sunflowers in my garden forever. I always have a few sunflowers along the back fence line. They also will attract like things because they once, as you know, like the sunflower seeds are pretty big, so they'll attract mice even, and other lots of like birds and other things. So think about if you do really love sunflowers, you want a big sunflower patch, like where you would want it, maybe away from your vegetable
if you're not
garden.
already having a problem.
But I don't have any issues so far. Need some fucking wood to knock on.
you don't have any issues attracting the pests. Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
you're not, they're not attracting the pests.
No, but I don't have like a crazy amount of sunflowers. I have like 6 along the back fence line. It's nothing crazy. I just like them. I like how fast they grow. The kids like planting them.
Yeah.
It's nothing like I don't have like a whole sunflower patch that's like
Right.
50 sunflowers or anything. That'd be cool though. I kind of want to do that now.
It'd be very pretty.
I know, they're so pretty. Last year I planted the red sunflowers.
Oh, so pretty.
I think you saw some. They're so pretty.
Yeah.
And last year, because, your sunflowers, like, obviously their seeds fall, and then they just kind of come up the next year, right? You don't have to plant them anymore because they're all like, here, this is where we're going to live. And but last year, I don't know how, but the sunflowers got so fucking tall because they just started off as little, like, baby seed plants. And I did this year, too, and the year before that. But I don't know why last year they got so big. So big. Like, they were like, me standing next to them, you could put, like, two of me on top of each other. And
Oh my God.
they were still taller.
I wonder why.
I don't know.
Because they're in the same spot, same
The
location.
same spot, same location, same type of,
That's
same
crazy.
species. Like, and they never had gotten that big before. And so I was like, who are you? Where'd you come from? Like on steroids. It was weird. But yeah, it was cool and pretty.
More rain again.
But it was before the rain. It was in the summer.
Oh, it was last summer.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
I don't know if they're just like, that sunflower was like, I'm loving my life.
Yeah.
I'm growing.
He's like, I'm good.
Yeah. Because there's just the one really that got really, really tall.
Okay.
All the rest like were normal sunflower size for that. I don't even know what type of I have now. I have red ones and I have yellow traditional ones, but they're not like I think it's the mammoth sunflower. Like it's like huge. It wasn't that, but it wanted to be apparently.
He's like, I got those genes. You're like, no, you don't. He's like, yes, I do. Watch me grow.
I know. I was like, Jesus. Anywho, so hopefully we gave you some help for this year. If it's too late for you this year and you can't think about planting basil or whatever the fuck, next year, like we said, it's always a work in progress. So
yes, definitely.
If you're like this year, at the end of the year, you have I've had so many issues with hornworms, and then next year, I'm definitely planting basil in my tomato bed.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever,
Live and learn, people.
So I will make sure that I write these in the show notes. I'm not going to... Should I write them in the show notes? Is that helpful or no?
So you could.
Is that helpful? I think I might do an Instagram post too, and it'll be a little bit more thorough in the post, and then we'll link it to this episode. So I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'll figure it out. Other than that, our shout outs to our Patreon top patrons over on Patreon for Porch Talk, Lexi C and Tegan, and
Megan,
and our mom Tammy.
Yes, thank you everybody.
Thank you to all of our patrons over there, but our top patrons get shout outs, and all of those, they help this part of our podcasting that we do for you guys run, because patrons like a subscription based thing. It starts off at $3. So if you're interested in doing that and you want to help us keep going and keep trudging ahead here, please go check that out. You can go to patreon.com/Porch Talks with an S, or if you go to Patreon, you can just search up Porch Talk with our kind of homesteading and you will find us. It's nothing homestead related. We just talk a bunch of shit. We have a bunch of fun. We laugh, we joke. And hopefully we all have a good time together. So
yes.
Yeah,
and we do a like a cryptid, like we were calling it Monster Monday, which is way more catchy, by the way. But
way more catchy. But it wasn't on Monday.
Shauna, so. We'll tell the story or whatever, and then I react. It's very, very fun. And so
Sherry's a
essentially
naysayer.
Yes, I prefer the term skeptic. Thank you very much, and it's super fun. So essentially, you get 2 episodes for $3.
You do, and that's
which
amazing.
Is amazing and very cool.
And the cryptid episodes are always fun, and
super fun.
We
have
like
a very, very good time with them.
I like to scare myself, and so I like finding stories that are a little bit creepy, and then telling to Sherry, and then she tells me that I'm an idiot. But it's always a good time. We have fun.
It is, yeah.
So please check that out if you haven't already. And other than that,
That's right.
we'll talk to you all next time.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.